태평양에서 대서양까지 3,200km 이어져 있는 미국과 멕시코의 국경은 도시를 관통하고 사막과 협곡을 가로지릅니다. 많은 사람들이 이 국경을 오고 갔습니다. 어떤 이들은 아메리칸 드림을 이루기 위해, 또 어떤 이들은 다른 목적을 가지고 국경을 넘었죠.
We are going to get the bad ones out. The criminals and the drug deals. We are going to get them out, and we're going to get them out fast.
최근 이 두 나라 국경에서 새로운 일이 벌어지고 있습니다. 장벽 세우기입니다. 장벽을 두고 가족 간에도 세계인들 사이에도 의견이 분분합니다. 한 해 3억 5천만 명 이상이 오가는 미국 멕시코 국경은 지구상에서 가장 길고 바쁜 국경입니다. 이곳엔 1200km 이상의 단단하고 높은 장벽이 있습니다. 하지만 또 일부 구간에서는 두 나라를 분리하는 장애물이 전혀 없죠.
If you talked to somebody in the 60s, 70s, or 80s and said, well, someday they'll just, build a wall across this, they would have thought you were crazy.
트럼프 대통령은 불법으로 국경을 넘는 멕시코인들을 막기 위해 국경을 따라 장벽을 확장하기로 결정했습니다.
America is being invaded. And I've had a lot of people, oh, well, you're racist, you don't like Mexican. What don't you understand about illegal? It is illegal to cross the fence and come in to the United States.
서쪽 대서양에서부터 동쪽 멕시코만까지 장벽이 세워진다면 그것은 세계에서 가장 큰 구조물이 될 것입니다.
What a huge undertaking that is, and what a huge step forward in stopping the flow of criminals and drugs from flowing over our southern border. I think everything that he does, he's making America great again.
The wall is not going to solve the problem. They'll climb over, they'll go under, they'll go around it. And you're just going to throw money away. Money that you could use to help people that are really in need here in this country.
I will build the greatest wall you've ever seen. It will be a beautiful wall. It will be a big wall. It will be a wall that is impenetrable.
The border wall has had a real effect on the American psyche. It has created a climate of fear and anxiety among the American public.
I'm very hurt at what's going on in America. And now we're trying to build walls. And that's just not the America I know.
Some of the dangers that agents face on a day-to-day basis is bandits or smugglers assaulting them, fighting them physically, or throwing rocks, bottles, and of course walls have made a huge difference.
The Trump administration has put an unprecedented emphasis on border enforcement, border militarization. Customs and Border Patrol is composed of 60,000 agents. 16,000 are stationed on the U.S.-Mexico border. And it is the largest law enforcement agency in the U.S. government at this time.
We've been shot at. Some of my coworkers have been murdered patrolling the border. It's not easy and it's dangerous, but we do it proudly, and we're here to serve America.
현재의 국경선은 미국 멕시코 전쟁 이후 1848년에 처음 그어졌습니다. 이로 인해 멕시코는 영토의 절반을 잃었습니다. 바위와 울타리로 표시됐던 국경선이 점차 바뀌었습니다. 지난 30년간 알아볼 수 없게 변화되었죠.
In my childhood, there was just a couple of strands of barbed wire. There was no wall of any kind. People, old-timers there, tell me they remember dragging their bike across into Tijuana, riding around for the afternoon, grabbing a few tacos, coming back to San Diego at the end of the day. So it's really only in the 90s that the notion that location should be somehow impenetrable. It literally would not have made sense to people that a wall should be constructed across this space.
티후아나의 이 아름다운 해변은 기쁨과 고통이 공존합니다. 헤어진 가족들은 이곳 장벽에서 반대쪽 사랑하는 사람들과 시간을 보냅니다.
For many of these families, their lives spanning this territory pre-existed the creation of the U.S.-Mexico border. And so at that park, you see all of this played out. You see them committed to maintaining those ties. Grandparents meeting their newborn grandchildren for the first time through the fence. I've seen people make out through that fence because they can't keep their hands off each other. They're so desperate to be with each other. I've seen people say goodbye to dying loved ones at that fence, final farewells. You know, those are the fundamentals of Mexican culture, and you see those played out every day at Friendship Park, where families are working hard to stay together.
Yo siempre desde chico siempre soñaba con tener una vida buena. A mi edad lo que más uno siempre deseaba era unos tenis americanos. Entonces yo siempre pensaba que la única manera de poder lograr algo así iba a ser yendo a donde estaba todo eso.
가스턴은 아메리칸 드립을 꿈꾸며 16살에 국경을 넘어 미국을 갔습니다. 합법적으로 국경을 넘는 방법도 몰랐고 그럴 수도 없는 처지였죠.
¿Cómo es que la gente se iba? Era más común cruzar ilegalmente que solicitar un permiso. Entonces, yo pensaba que solicitar un permiso era para gente de dinero y nunca hice nada por solicitar un permiso. Llegué sin papeles.
Throughout the 20th century, you had southwestern farmers and other industries demanding that the Border Patrol step down, demanding that the Border Patrol not heavily enforce the U.S. immigration laws so that they could have cheap or easy access to cheap Mexican labor.
1986년 미국에 도착한 가스턴은 재빨리 일자리를 찾았습니다. 미국에 살면서 일하는 1,100만 불법 이민자 중 한 명이 되었습니다. 그는 동료 멕시코인 아미희와 결혼해 샌디에이고에서 가정을 꾸렸습니다.
Teníamos ideas muy similares. Los dos habíamos inmigrado con ideas que que teníamos en común. Trabajar, vivir mejor y ayudar a nuestras familias. Yo no quería que me dieran, solamente que quería la oportunidad de estar donde podía trabajar y vivir dignamente.
미국에서 30년을 산 가스턴은 최근 충격적인 뉴스를 들었습니다. 그가 가족을 떠나 멕시코로 추방된다는 것이었죠. 모든 불법 이민자들을 추방하겠다는 트럼프 대통령 선언의 희생자 중 한 명이 된 것입니다.
Al principio lo más aterrador era separarse de la familia. Siempre lo que más me aterraba era ser separado de la familia.
He's so positive, and I know he does it for us, but he's just such a good person and an incredible dad. He brings me strength, and he gives me confidence that we're gonna be okay.
A la hora de que yo tenía que entrar al edificio, yo no quería despedirme. Sentía que era de mala suerte. Pero ya Jaira no aguanto. Ya Jaira me abrazó y estaba muy... Yajaira siempre fue la más fuerte. Siempre. Más fuerte que mi esposa, que Iván, que yo. Siempre era ella la que estaba. Decía, todo va a estar bien, papá. Todo va a estar bien. Pero ese día no.
I was so worried about Gaston because he was here for his entire life. I mean, he was almost 30 years. It's our country. We know the language, but we didn't live there for so many years. So I was so scared. I was so worried for him. And I just think, okay, I'm gonna do it. So the next day, I get up, I take the kids to school, and I went to work. I was crying the entire day, but I had to do it.
티후아나에 있는 가스톤과 샌디에이고에 있는 남은 가족은 샌시드로 국경에서 만납니다. 두 도시 사이에 한 해 5천만 명이 오가는 가장 바쁜 국경이죠.
We currently spend about $20 billion a year on border security. The amount of money that is spent on immigration law enforcement is actually larger than the amount of money that we spend on all of our policing and national security agencies combined.
9.11 테러 이후 미국은 국경 통제를 강화시켰습니다. 순찰 요원들은 의심스러운 물건이 있는지 살핍니다.
They could hide narcotics in any part of the vehicle. Tires, gas tanks, dashes, quarter panels. Any space in the vehicle that they could stuff something in, they would do it. They could also build special compartments in vehicles to hide drugs or people.
매일 사람들이 국경을 넘기 위해 몇 시간씩 줄을 섭니다.
We really want you to have the appropriate documents. That's more efficient for you to travel. If you don't, you're probably going to end up getting referred for secondary inspection till we can validate that you are a U.S. citizen and that you actually deserve to be coming to the United States.
Iván.
아버지는 추방됐지만 미국에서 태어난 야하이라와 동생 이반은 미국 시민권이 있습니다. 이런 가족에게 미국 이민 정책은 혼란스럽습니다.
I think it's important to take care of each other. I'm very lucky that we're in a very tight-knit family, but it takes so much time to even be okay with the situation. You're never going to be okay with it, but to cope. Because I went through stages of anger where I was really angry. And I have days where I'm still angry. And I have days where I just feel like crying. And I think the most important thing is to take the time to just feel it. Marilyn, breakfast. I feel scared because my kids need me. They're still young and they need me here. I really want to be there with him, but at the same time, I need to be here. Hopefully, I can get my documents and do both, go back and forth there and here. But until that moment, I'm scared. I'm really scared. And I never feel that feeling in 27 years. Until last year and to now. La más pesada.
가스톤처럼 아미히는 불법 이민자입니다. 그녀는 멕시코로 추방될 수 있다는 두려움 속에 삽니다. 가스톤을 만나러 아이들을 데리고 국경에 자주 가고 싶지만 입안이 자폐증이라 힘듭니다.
All these problems I'm like having at school, just starting to daydream about like my dad and like what might happen. Yeah, but now I know I can always like see my dad every Sunday. And soon, hopefully, I want to take my dad to see Avengers Infinity War. Yeah.
마릴린 스토버는 가스톤 가족들을 10년 넘게 돕고 있습니다. 이민 정책으로 인한 모든 이별의 과정을 곁에서 지켜보았죠.
Bye. They have ripped the family apart. That's just crazy to me. We complain so much about fathers not being present, and then we have actually ripped the father, wage earner, out of this family. Yaida is 17 and wants to go to college. And for Ivan, who's a growing 15-year-old autistic boy, he needs his dad, just really desperately.
Bye. Have fun.
Gaston, he has never, ever done anything wrong, not even a parking ticket. And now Aimee is afraid of everything. It's really hard because she can be pulled from the family at any time, and then those kids would be, alone, basically.
The Trump administration has generated an unprecedented change in the nation's immigration policies. You see a major phase shift, a major turnaround from this talking point. He's one of the first presidents to say that immigration isn't necessarily a good thing.
트럼프 대통령은 미국이 불법 이민자들로 인해 마약, 인신매매와 같은 범죄에 노출됐다고 주장합니다. 하지만 불법 이민자의 대다수는 자국의 가난과 불안에서 벗어나려고 왔죠.
Y eso pues nos subimos al tren. Al inicio da mucho miedo. O sea, todo el trayecto del camino va con miedo uno del tren. Ahí va viendo así por la vía del tren las cruces donde la gente se ha muerto, se ha quedado, les ha cortado el pie, se han muerto pues y eso.
이런 위험에도 불구하고 티후아나는 불법적으로 미국에 들어오려는 사람들로 넘쳐납니다. 멕시코의 두 번째 도시이자 세계적인 살인 도시가 되었습니다. 마약상과 인신매매범은 티후아나를 불법 거래를 위한 기착지로 이용하고 있습니다.
The vast majority are not criminals, they're not drug runners. They're moms and dads who want to take care of their families. When you get here, you're depressed, you're sad. Some guys say, I'm going to cross again tomorrow. And then after 3 or 4 days, the reality hits you that, well, it's not going to be easy.
Over the past 20 years, the gang warfare that's occurring, especially in Mexico, has generated this image of violence along the border. But juxtaposed with this image of violence and conflict is another image, one of cooperation and community, and it's an image that does not get talked about in the media or in popular culture, probably because it's just not as exciting or sexy, right, as a film about violence and conflict. But that story about cooperation and community is integral to the history of the border.
1987년 티후아나의 대피소가 문을 열었습니다. 25만 명 이상이 이주를 위한 현실적인 지원을 받았습니다.
Entonces, llegando a las casas de albergue, uno sí se restablece. la confianza de la gente y eso, porque ya hay de distintos países, se relacionan, a veces que uno comparte el alimento así, esas cosas, y se hace muy hermanable en las casas de albergue.
벤자민은 아내와 세 아이를 남겨둔 채 일자리를 찾아 니카라과를 떠나왔습니다.
Que quiero pedir asilo para ver cómo mantengo a mi familia pues en un estado mejor. O sea, casi no puedo hablar de eso porque mucho me duele pues verlos dejados. Comenté nada, solo que me fui a trabajar y eso.
You know, I really never get down because there's a lot of sad stories, but then there's also good stories, you know. Just a simple thing, people, when they're leaving, they'll shake your hand, say, thank you, you really helped me. I thought my life was over.
벤자민은 불법으로 국경을 넘기 위해 티후아나에 왔지만 그건 너무 위험했습니다. 하지만 여전히 그는 아메리칸 드림을 꿈꿉니다. (2017년) 트럼프 대통령이 약속한 첫 장벽이 세워졌습니다. 오르기 불가능한 거대한 장벽. 그것은 미국의 존재를 다시 생각하게 만듭니다. 국경 순찰대원 밥 머피는 미국에 불법적으로 들어온 이주자들을 찾아 나설 채비를 합니다.
Okay, we're ready to roll.
장벽이 세워질 때까지 밥 머피는 이 문제와 싸워야 합니다.
Up along that ridge on top of those rocks, that's where the cartel spotters are. And sometimes this time of the evening you can see reflection off of their binoculars. They're getting better though. I've never been in the military, but even at my age, I can run for 200 yards, drop down behind a tree, and hit a 3-inch target 200 yards away. So I keep practicing.
밥은 스스로 장벽 옆에 3m 높이의 담장을 3km 넘게 세웠습니다.
I built this fence to slow them down. It's not going to stop anybody, but the more you slow them down, the easier they are to catch. And every once in a while we find clothing in the razor wire. The last thing that I found was a backpack. What's left of it is in the yard. The dogs play with it, and they've taken everything out of it and pretty much torn it up. But those are things that, my dogs play with.
1994년 샌디에이고 근처 국경에서 불법 이민을 막기 위한 첫 번째 조치가 있었습니다. 국경에서 보안이 강화된 것이죠. 이주자들은 국경을 넘을 다른 장소를 찾아냈습니다.
That is when we used to pick up anywhere from 30 to over 100 a night coming up through these trees. I consider it my job to stop anybody coming across the property. If I encounter armed people, I will take them on. I feel it's my duty as an American to protect my country.
장벽은 이미 국경을 따라 1200km 구간에 존재합니다. 트럼프 대통령은 3200km 전 국경에 장벽을 확장하려 하죠. 그 소식은 양쪽 모두의 격한 반응을 불러일으켰습니다. 다른 이들은 장벽을 반대할 다른 방법을 찾았습니다.
Pusimos la escalera, lo primero que nos dijo el de inmigración es no lo vamos a dejar pintar de este lado, pinte nada más del lado mexicano. Entonces, realmente estamos pintando, y siempre he dicho, del lado que se necesita pintar. El muro es de Estados Unidos, en México no ocupamos ese muro, entonces de ese lado queríamos quitarlo.
유명한 예술가 엘리케 치우는 세계에서 가장 큰 벽화를 그리기 위해 집단 프로젝트에 착수했습니다.
Unir el corazón de la frontera de las dos naciones en este proyecto. Nosotros estamos usando como un lienzo más, como una forma de expresarnos. Para mí, este proyecto representa la forma de vivir en la frontera.
Para llegar a ser un artista internacional y haber trascendido fronteras es algo súper bonito para mí. Enrique significa una parte muy importante en lo que es nuestra comunidad cultural.
엔리케 치우는 장벽과 관계가 깊습니다.
Y que lo puedo decir por experiencia, a los 8 años cruzamos por el cerro con mi mamá. Entonces, claro que sé lo que siente cruzar legal e ilegalmente por Estados Unidos. Y a la fecha trato de mantener ese sueño, esa idea como una anécdota más para seguir pintando. Por eso hago esas cosas en la frontera. No puedo parar, tengo una emoción cada mañana de poderme levantar y continuar haciendo un proyecto. Porque mi idea es lograr que el arte, o con el arte, poder cambiar el mundo.
멕시코 이민자의 자녀인 야하이라와 이반은 두 국가가 연결돼 있다고 느낍니다. 그들은 매주 티후아나 국경을 건너 아버지와 만납니다.
I'm very proud of them. Even that everything changed and things are getting really bad, I want them to be good citizens and proud to be Americans and do well. Even if the situation changed completely for us, they have to keep going.
Se nos olvida todo lo negativo. Todo se vuelve felicidad en ese momento. Los muros dividen la tierra, pero no creo que sean lo suficiente poderosos para dividir a los seres humanos.
Border Patrol, so they're looking for footprints or anything to track people down. So, yeah, they look through the beach. There are people standing there. So they're always there, always checking.
This is the area where I crossed my first time when I was 16 years old. Till now, I don't know how to swim still.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to swim. Yeah, I was trying to teach him how to swim.
And yeah, this is exactly where I crossed my first time.
이후 티후아나 해변에 있는 장벽은 변형됐습니다. 처음 세워진 울타리는 계속 보강되었죠. 현재는 24시간 감시 아래 통제 요원들이 모든 움직임을 주시합니다.
It's so insane to me that it's right there, that my home is right there. I was raised over there because I have a piece of paper I can come back and forth, and a piece of paper is what separates my parents. I want to make sure that all of their sacrifices were for something, and do whatever I can to bring our stories out there and to help my community, because I think for a long time my parents have been labeled so many different horrible things that I hope to erase by contributing.
She made me cry. She's my daughter. Mi abogada.
지난 30년 동안 도시 국경의 보안이 강화되면서 불법 이주자들은 다른 루트를 찾아 나섰습니다. 샌디에이고 동쪽 아리조나의 국경지대입니다. 장벽의 절반 이상이 소노라 멕시코와 아리조나의 사막을 따라 서 있습니다. 이곳은 마약과 인신매매의 주요 통로가 되었습니다.
Brennan was a go-getter, he was a happy child, and he knew very early on that he wanted to be a police officer, that that's what he wanted to do in life. It was Mother's Day the day before, and so he had spent most of the day with me and went on duty. He had a call, so he left, and he said, I'll be back for dessert.
블랜드는 아리조나에서 일하는 유망한 젊은 경찰이었습니다. 2014년 5월 브랜든 어머니의 세계관이 바뀌었습니다.
At 2:45 in the morning, I was woke up from a phone call from a fellow police officer, and it was the Mesa Police Department, and they took me down to the hospital, and about a half hour after I got there, he passed away in surgery. His injuries were just so bad. It was a huge loss, you know, that he was gone, and it was a difficult time of my life.
브랜든이 필로폰을 복용한 불법 이민자와 도로에서 정면으로 충돌한 것은 그가 막 교대 근무를 끝냈을 때입니다.
I am not against people coming to our country, and I understand their lives and why they would be pushed to come here illegally to get to a better life. I understand that. My fight is against the illegal alien criminals and the people who repeatedly come over our border, committing crimes against Americans, killing them, raping them, the drug mules that come over our border and bring drugs into this country. This is where I feel that our country has failed us as American citizens.
마리에는 불법 이민자들로 인해 가족을 잃은 사람들의 모임을 만들었습니다. 모임의 가장 큰 후원자는 트럼프 대통령입니다.
President Trump's message resonates with the American people because he's not politically correct. He says it like it is. He's a breath of fresh air because I think everything that he does, he's making sure that Americans are first, making America great again.
Unfortunately, I think the Trump administration continues to depict the border and undocumented and legal Mexican immigrants as a threat. And as a result of that, it has created a climate of fear and anxiety among the American public. And I do think that the Trump administration is using this language about the wall and border enforcement to galvanize support.
I was invited to the inauguration, and I was invited when he spoke at Department of Homeland Security and signed the executive orders for the wall. A physical barrier is going to stop repeat criminals from coming back over the border. It's going to stop the drug flow, the human trafficking, all of these types of things.
A recent study showed that the violence that's occurring in Mexico doesn't spill over into the United States. All of the border cities, right, from California to Texas, on the U.S. side, they are some of the safest cities in the nation. they don't end up on this annual list of America's 60 most dangerous cities. A lot of the murders in the United States are committed by U.S. citizens, and this 2017 study also found that a border wall wouldn't necessarily help. My personal view on the wall is that walls don't work. Janet Napolitano has famously said, "Show me a 50-foot wall and I'll show you a 51-foot ladder."
If any of these politicians trying to stop it from happening was affected by illegal alien crime as I was, if any one of their children had been killed by an illegal criminal, they would be singing a completely different tune, and they would be wanting exactly what I'm wanting.
최근 불법으로 장벽을 넘는 숫자가 줄었습니다. 그러나 더 나은 삶을 찾기 위해 필사적으로 모험에 나서는 이들은 여전히 많습니다. 인도주의적 국경이라는 단체의 자원봉사자들은 소노란 사막에서 이주자들에게 물을 지원하고 있습니다.
320. Okay. Cheers. Tastes fine to me. This is a treacherous journey. Your chances of making it are not good. You could be picked up. You could die. What that tells me is how desperate these folks are, that they're willing to take those chances to get up here. You come out here and you can actually help someone, survive. Because thousands of people have died out here.
El 17 de agosto de 2013, él había cruzado el desierto. Pues nunca pensé que mi hijo, que nunca lo crucé por peligros, él fuera a meterse a un lugar así.
카메리나의 아들 마르코는 결혼 실패 후 미국에 사는 어머니와 합류하려고 멕시코를 떠났습니다.
Estaba en el desierto con dos muchachos. Entonces ya de ahí yo me preocupé demasiado, ¿no?
마르코는 한여름에 국경을 건너려 했습니다. 이곳 사막은 섭씨 50도가 넘죠. 불법 이주자들은 극한의 환경을 견딜 장비가 전혀 없었습니다.
When I see items like this, and both of these are fairly recent, it tells me that we're not too far behind the person that has been walking. This makes this real, that this is a real human being walking across the desert, carrying what little they can on their backs and on their person to get it this far. And they still have a long ways to go. But this is very recent. It even smells fairly recent. It doesn't smell old and dirty at all. For me, it makes it a real human journey. They're not a subspecies. They're not an animal. These are humans.
모든 사람들이 이들의 활동을 지지하지는 않습니다.
We did put locks on the barrels about a year and a half ago because people were pouring turpentine and gasoline into the water. Vigilante types. They sometimes shoot holes in the barrels, stab the barrels, and steal the barrels. So a lot of what we do is to fix things in the wake of their vandalism.
카메리나는 5년간 아들 소식을 전혀 못 들었습니다.
No sé si lo mataron. Se murió de sed. Le picó un animal. Yo no sé. Tengo mucha incertidumbre. Y son los 5 años más largos de toda mi vida. Que siento que es una pesadilla. Claro que sí. Como madre, La esperanza más grande que tengo es de encontrarlo vivo.
Arizona officials record the highest number of border deaths, then Texas, then California, then New Mexico. In effect, that Arizona border has become a graveyard for undocumented immigrants.
매년 1,500명이 이곳에서 죽는 걸로 보고됐습니다. 실제로는 훨씬 더 많습니다. 인도주의적 국경 자원봉사자들은 빈번하게 사체를 발견합니다.
University of California did a study to see how long it takes for a body to completely disappear from this area. What they did was to wrap the bodies of dead pigs in migrant clothing and see how long before there was no trace. 4 to 7 days. So when you think about that, most of the activists that I've talked to here about this issue think that the actual number of deaths is as much as 10 times as that's actually reported.
카메리나의 아들 찾기는 계속됩니다.
Bailábamos juntos, cantábamos, hacíamos comida juntos. Él era risueño, era alegre. Era bien alegre, siempre traía pura risa, pura risa. Porque te quiero más que mis ojos, porque mis ojos te vieron. Y esa canción le cantaba.
My main responsibility are the rural areas here in Santa Cruz County. We have about 1,200 square miles and 50 miles of border with Mexico. I had been here for over 50 years, and I was born right across this fence here, a couple of blocks away from immigrated when I was a young kid, and I've seen the dynamics and the evolution of this border. As I was growing up, people would freely come back and forth, okay? There were no restrictions, the walls always been there, the fence has been there, but it was symbolic. It just told you this is where you're at. When I was growing up, people could come and go at leisure. There were no issues. And now it's gotten to be really difficult and really problematic.
조지 로페즈는 과거 매달 담장 너머의 가족을 보러 갔습니다. 지금은 혹여 미국으로 돌아오지 못할까 두려워 멕시코에 가지 못합니다.
There's a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, because being without my brothers, being without my dad, the fact that I can't be around them every single day. I haven't hugged my dad, and it's 8 years that I haven't hugged my brothers, and it's hard. It's really hard. Like a month ago, his sister-in-law passed away. His sister is getting married today, and he's not gonna be able to be there for the fact of this border, for the fact that a wall is dividing us as a family.
Nomás este pedacito de alambre nos separa para podernos dar un abrazo, estas barras. No podemos. De estos fierros, aquí me ha tocado reír con ellos, llorar con ellos. Y pues es duro venir aquí.
it hurts, because it's not what I want. It's not what I came over here, and just to feel my dad's fingertips, it's hard.
I think it's the worst kind of scenario that you can probably present when you can't have families be together, be able to embrace and socialize, and have a wall or a fence that divides them. It just doesn't seem like the humane way to deal with families.
It's just a border. Hopes and dreams that are bigger than just a wall dividing two lands.
It saddens all of us to be able to see that they can't go across and hug each other and socialize with each other because this wall is preventing all of this.
You want to stay here?
조지와 세르지오 같은 사람들은 살아갈 희망이 없습니다. 이 국경 양쪽에 사는 수백만 명의 사람들은 분열의 시기와 마주하고 있습니다.
It's a very comforting notion that you could wall off, people who are different from yourself. It's a very human thing to do, unfortunately. The worst of us.
Que la gente voltee a ver nuestra frontera como no como una zona de violencia, no como una zona de guerra, no como una zona de racismo, a tener una imagen diferente sobre la cultura en México, y para eso estamos peleando y luchando todos los días y trabajando todos los días.
We up to now have not had the means to communicate our sides of the story, and I think my generation specifically, because we're kids of immigrants and we have all the rights of an American citizen, we are not going to tell our stories for what they really are.
These communities along the border that have had relationships for over 100 years will continue to resist the construction of walls and borders, and they'll continue to find ways to be connected economically and culturally.
They're good people. Let's not dehumanize them. Let's not say that they're marginal or anything like that. They're human beings. They have feelings, they have ambitions, they have goals, just like everybody else. People are staying here because this is the greatest country in the world. They're in a free country and they have opportunity here. And that's the only thing these people want, an opportunity.